Hi guys, this is Dean Swain from the Retro Asylum podcast. Congratulations to the One Up Gaming gang. 400 episodes, great number to reach. It's a lot of editing, trust me, I know. I've been podcasting for years, so well done, great number to reach, and here's to the next 400 episodes. Well done guys.
Hi, this is just David from One Up Gaming. It's going to be an interesting intro to the podcast. Hopefully this sounds alright and I'll use this in the final podcast. But I am using an Antlion Audio ModMic 2. I don't actually have a headset because you're supposed to have headphones. And if you don't have like a decent audio sort of like microphone attached, you get this, and it's got like a little magnet here somewhere, and you stick a little sticky thing on your headphones and the magnet just clicks on, and it's amazing, absolutely amazing. So you get like spare magnets. So this one's a USB and this one's like a 3.5 jack. So you can use like in your phone, in your consoles, that type of thing. Or this one's like for PC and Mac. And I think they also work for PlayStation 5. But anyway, David here, One Up Gaming, episode 414 of the One Up Gaming podcast. So thank you all, welcome. I will just say, as always, sponsored by Games Inspired Music. It's an album, it's available now, and 20% of each sale will go to the Child's Play charity. We also have our first 100 podcasts available to buy from audiobooksontape.com, and just go on there, search One Up Gaming. It's like an audio cassette shape, but it's actually a USB stick built in that flips out, and it's got like 26 hours worth of content on there. So go on to audiobooksontape.com, search One Up Gaming. If you buy it, we will give £1 of each sale to the Diabetes UK charity. So this week, 7 games played. We're going to talk about, I think we've got some news this week in the 10 minutes of nothing. So yeah, we'll have a quick break and we'll be back with the games played this week. So back in a few seconds.
Hi, my name's John here. I'm the designer of games like Sensible Soccer, Cannon Fodder, Whizball, Parallax and Sociable Soccer, and I listen to the One Up Gaming podcast.
Hello Andy, this is Colin. I won't be able to get in tonight. I'm sweating like a pig.
Hi, David here, One Up Gaming. Gonna go through this week's games. So, episode 414 of the One Up Gaming podcast. Gonna go through 7 games played this week. As always, sponsored by Games Inspired Music. Buy it, stream it, all that good stuff. And 20% of each sale will go to the Child's Play charity. We also have our first 100 podcasts available from audiobooksontape.com. Go on there, search One Up Gaming, and if you buy that, we will donate £1 of each sale to the Diabetes UK charity. So with all that said, I will just like to mention in the first part of this show, if it's worked, we did have a new sort of like toy to play with from Antlion, the ModMic 2. So I've got my old crappy headset and I've stuck some on the actual device on the side, and as you can see, the little sticker things there on the side of there, just on there, and let's see if you can hear it. So that like magnetically clicks in there. So as you see, it is just on there, and you just, it's just a great device, a great thing. And unfortunately, all my sort of like, I've only got 2 pairs of headphones. One, my wireless ones, which it's the Microsoft wireless ones, and they've got the headset-y thing built in. I don't use it. I use my Blue Snowball, and those ones which are really crap and cheap. The sound not too bad though, but I've never used the microphone on that, and it doesn't detach, so it doesn't really fit those headphones. But the Antlion Audio ModMic 2, you can get it in either USB or 3.5 jack. And yeah, they're really good. Hopefully the first part of this podcast, you'll hear the sound difference from the Snowball to the Antlion ModMic 2. But other than that, should we get on with the show? So first game we played this week is Alien vs Predator on the Jaguar. Yep, you heard that right, we played it on the Jag. Now, I remember playing this, it must have been like 94, 95 sort of time. So it'd have been 13, 14. It was absolutely amazing. I loved this game so much. It was amazing. It was an absolute godsend of a game. Time might not be too kind to it now, because you go to play the game and it is a little bit dodgy. It just plays a little bit dodgy, to be honest. Because I think there's walk forwards, walk backwards, strafe, left and right, and then you press the button to rotate, and you just sort of like rotate on the spot. So you can't really, like on modern shooters, you can't really run one direction and turn the other direction. Even Doom seemed to play a little bit more free with the movement of the character. So, and it's just a little bit slow, a little bit pedestrian, but yeah, it's still a good game. It's still a good game. I really do enjoy the game. But yeah, I mean, what can you do? What can you do? I guess what we can do is move on to the next game. And the next game in the list is Shield King. Now, Shield King was a top-down view, small sprites, sort of arena twin sticky shooter, but instead of having shooties, you have a shield, and you do a charge attack, and you ram into the enemies with your shield and take life off them, and then you have to quickly move out the way, because if you don't, then the enemies can actually strike and hurt you and cause damage to yourself. And it's a good little game. I quite enjoyed the game itself. It's fun, it's fast, frantic. It's just a fun little game. Very simple, sort of like graphics, very simple game. But yeah, I guess it reminds me of like a mobile sort of game. But at the end of the day, it's fun. It's just a fun little game. So yeah, I'd recommend it. It's a nice little game. So moving on, we played. I saw a video of someone updating Sega Worldwide Soccer. I guess it was 98, the European Club Edition. And they've called it Sega Worldwide Soccer 23. They've updated the players to the new players, and they've taken, I think it was Coventry City, off the game and put Man City on, and put all the Man City players on, and they've added some little bits and bobs. But like when I played the game, I downloaded it from there. Sort of like they sort of put up links on the YouTube video that they had, and it was not. I can't explain it. It had some graphical artifacts in the game, and it just, yeah, I don't know. It just didn't. It played the same. It just had some weird graphical artifacts in the game. It had no sound, and it just wasn't there. So I don't know if I downloaded it wrong or put it in wrong, but it just didn't play well. Didn't play well at all. But yeah, I enjoyed the original game so much on the Sega Saturn. But like I said, this is like a modern remake. I wish they'd have taken more time and actually not just updated Man City, actually updated all of the actual players and teams and names and everything from the modern day sort of Premier League sort of thing, because I think that would have been more fun. It would have been more fun for me anyway. But yeah, give it a go. See what you guys think. If you enjoyed the Sega Saturn, then you can download it for free and give it a go and message the guys what you think of the game. But I wasn't, like I say, I got a really bad copy of the game, I think. So I would just like to say I'm sorry. And hopefully in the future I might be able to get a better version of the game and see how it sort of goes. But yeah, so we'll move to the next game, and the next game was Princess Peach Showtime. Now again, this was for the Switch. There we go. Jesus, man. And it was just, I mean, what can you say? It was just not. It started off as like in a 3D hub world where you're in the theatre complex, and after that it goes to more of like your traditional 2D side-on sort of game, and it's just a really bad 2D side-on Mario style sort of game, and I wasn't impressed at all. Unfortunately, it just didn't work for me. Graphically, it looked just like all the other side-on 3D games from Nintendo recently, like that Unity glossed, shiny, plastic-looking sort of characters. It played okay and looked nice. That's about the best that I can do. But yeah, I wasn't massively impressed with it. Sorry, guys. So next up we have what was the next game? Next up we have Sports Jam for the Sega Dreamcast. And this one, if you don't know, was an arcade game where it featured, I'm gonna say, about 6 or 7 sports. Some of them were doubled up. So some, say like the golf, you had the closest to the pin sort of challenge, and then the putt challenge. So you had the two options to try and get the actual game in, on that. And then they have like football, and then they have American football and tennis. So they do have a few bits and bobs sort of like going in its favour. I just think because it was like built as an arcade game, it's very sort of like stiff and stilted. It would have looked amazing, you know, like 20 years ago, whenever it was that it actually came out. But for now, if you're looking at it and playing on it, it's just a bit, it's not the greatest of games. But I mean, what the hell can you do? It's a game that came out on the Dreamcast that was a budget sort of arcade knockoff straight onto the Dreamcast. No real changes or updates to it. You can play like the one-off events or do like the arcade mode where you have to clear the first stage then go to the next one. But yeah, other than that, it's about it really. That's all that we've played this week. So I would say that the game of the week is probably Mario Kart Double Dash, even though the handling felt a little bit iffy and it took a little bit of while, because like normally the handling's quite good. It normally like turns quite quick, whereas this one it seemed very understeery, so you had to get into your drift to get around corners easier, whereas newer ones seem a bit more planted on the road. But yeah, what are we gonna do? So that's the games and that we've played this week, plus also the Antlion Audio's ModMic 2. So hopefully the first segment's worked and you'll be able to hear me talking on that. You'll be able to tell because I won't be sat in this little room with my on-air light on. It'll be sat in the living room on a little table with my books and with a YouTube light next to me. So hopefully that's worked. So yeah, thank you all. We'll be back in a couple of minutes with the 10 minutes of nothing. So thank you all and we'll be back soon.
Hi, I'm Lucy James and I listen to the One Up Gaming podcast.
Up next on the One Up Gaming podcast is 10 minutes of nothing. Will it be the team talking about nothing or a guest interview? Stick around and find out now. It's 10 minutes of nothing. Yeah, 10 minutes of nothing.
Hi, David here, One Up Gaming. This is going to be our 10 minutes of nothing segment, where if you don't know what that is, it's just a 10-minute timer that comes on and we get 10 minutes to talk about a certain subject or topic, and it just stops us from waffling and it keeps the podcast more concise. So yeah, this is me, David, One Up Gaming, episode 414 of the One Up Gaming podcast. So this week we're just going to talk about the news. So I've just gone on to IGN and just quickly gone through the top news items. So I've selected 9 bits of news and we'll see how many we get through in 10 minutes. So we'll start the timer now. So, yeah, we will go to the sort of like screen. So it looks as though, just drop the microphone. It looks as though Meta scraps plans to make a high-end Apple Vision Pro competitor, which is stupid that they were even thinking of doing that, because the Apple Pro, about 20 people might have bought it. It's just a stupidly expensive sort of like device. I just don't understand. But yeah, it's reportedly cancelled its plans to create a high-end mixed reality headset that would compete more directly with the Apple Vision Pro. In a new report by The Information, never heard of him, the outlet claims that Meta informed employees to halt work on the device this week. The headset, known under its code name La Jolla, was supposed to be released in 2027 because it uses micro OLED LED display, the same displays found on the Vision Pro, which are quite pricey. We've had many prototypes in development at all times, but we don't bring all of them to production. We move forward with some, we pass on others, Andrew Bosworth said. Decisions like this happen all the time. The story is based on chatter about one individual decision will never give the real picture. So yeah, so that is like it says it's like an announcement image. I don't know if that was going to be the device or not, but it looks alright. You know, it looks not too bad. I mean, I would love a MetaQuest 3. I don't have money, so I won't be able to buy one. But yeah, that looks nice. The Quest Pro, which was releasing for 1,500, Jesus Christ. Some of these people are just stupid. So anyway, next up, a prominent accessibility advocate worked with studios and inspired change, but she never actually existed. In 2019, the game's accessibility community mourned the death of Susan Banks. Now evidence suggests that she may have never existed to begin with. What? What the hell? The author of this piece was an editor at Can I Play That from September? Can I Play That from September 2019 through January 2021? Was also the recipient of awards at the Game Accessibility Conference in both 2021, 2022 and 2023. On March, the accessibility community mourned the prominent advocate, Banks' partner, Cotty Craven. What the hell? Cotty announced her passing on social media platforms such as Twitter. The interestingly loss of individual helped raise awareness for accessibility in games, particularly for deaf and hard of hearing individuals. Banks' death marked a significant loss for the video game accessibility community. She regularly interacted with developers and studios like Ubisoft and the Coalition, pushing for better options in design. She helped revolutionize gaming. I'm just trying to work out where they say that Banks was never alone with her work. While in Chicago, she allegedly met Cody Craven, who she originally hired to walk her dog. According to private messages between myself and Craven, shortly after the introduction, Craven announced that friends, family, social media, the two had entered a romantic relationship. I have no idea what the hell this is even going on about. It just goes on and on and on. Profiting from... Oh, are they trying to say that because she made someone up and made lies, they try to make profits and more publisher monies? And I have no idea. Yeah, I don't know. So anyway, we'll go back to normal stuff now. Gamescom 2024, award winners revealed. So this is IGN's list of award winners. So best trailer went to Monster Hunter Wilds. Best on offshore floor was Microsoft, Xbox, Bethesda, Blizzard sort of booth. Visuals, in the nominations were Star Wars Outlaws, Empire of the Ants, Dune Awakening, Crimson Desert, and the winner was Little Nightmares 3. Audio, again, Star Wars Outlaws, Nine Souls, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Dune Awakening, and the winner, Little Nightmares 3. Gameplay, the Alters, PVKK, I'm not even going to try and say what the hell, Planet the Greek Commandant, I have no idea. Empire of the Ants, Blueprints, Frostpunk 2, Most Entertaining, Star Wars Outlaws, PVKK, Pal World, Inzoi, Monster Hunter Wilds 1, Most Epic, Star Wars Outlaws, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Dune Awakening, Crimson Desert, and Monster Hunter Wilds. Most Wholesome, Voodoo, Urban Jungle, Tiny Bookshop, Creatures of Ava, and the winner was Tavern Talk. Games for Impact, Tiny Bookshop, Wrecker, Out and About, Green Guardians VR, and the winner was Creatures of Ava. Best Xbox game, The Alters, Star Wars Outlaws, Creatures of Ava, Age of Mythology Retold, and the winner was Little Nightmares 3. Best PC game, The Alters, Frostpunk 2, Empire of the Ants, Dune Awakening. Winner was Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Best PlayStation game, Unknown 9 Awakening, The First Berserker, Little Nightmare 3, Dragon Ball Sparkling Zero, and the winner was Monster Hunter Wilds. And the best mobile game, Zoneless Zone Zero, Monster Hunter Now, Dungeons of Dreadlock 2, The Dead King's Secret, Digital Animals game, winner was Genshin Impact. So, yeah. Next up, Star Wars The Acolytes Lee Jung-jae was quite surprised that the show was cancelled after one season. Don't know why. I've not seen it. I don't really watch any Star Wars stuff. And all I've heard is really negative shit about it. So we'll just move on. And Avowed has been reported it'll run at 30 frames per second on Series X and S. Obsidian confirms. Now, they've said that it'll run at a baseline 30 frames per second across X and S. Basically, the first-person fantasy RPG, it basically just said, you don't necessarily need that 60 frames. We are targeting 30 frames per second, bare minimum. That's the expectation. It's a first-person single-player game. You don't necessarily need that 60 frames. And that allows us to get a lot juicier with the VFX and lighting and all that other stuff. It's a trade-off we opted to make relatively early, and we're really happy with that. The game's running pretty smooth for how visually dense it is, and that was always our goal, which I agree with. I'd rather have a better looking, more detailed game environment world, and because to me, I can't tell the difference really. I really can't. Next up, former Zelda director, so he's leading the open world dress up RPG Infinity Nikki hits 12 million pre-registers. Now, I know nothing about this game at all, apart from the fact that it fucking pissed me off, the trailers on the Gamescom that just singing the name Nikki over and over again. It was flipping annoying as hell. Really was. Stop it. Just stop it. So Microsoft expands on Xbox Active controller with a new joystick for yeah. So this looks like a little tiny one, like a PlayStation Move sort of like thing with a nub at the top of it with two little buttons. Maybe a Nintendo, the Wii Nunchuck. Is it Nunchuck? I don't know what the hell it was called. But yeah, it looks kind of like that, or a VR thing. Indiana Jones coming to PlayStation 5 a few months after the Xbox. And that, my friends, is the 10 minutes of nothing. So, yeah, we managed to get through a few of the news bits. There was a couple that we didn't quite get through. But overall, I'm quite happy with the amount of stuff we got into there. So, yeah, please subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff. If you want we sometimes get given PC, PlayStation 5, I'll just say PlayStation because sometimes PlayStation 4, Xbox codes and Switch codes to give out. So please follow us on YouTube. So just go onto YouTube, search 1UP Gaming, find us, and subscribe to us, and leave a comment on any video just saying I would like, and put whatever PlayStation, Xbox, PC, Switch game, I would like one please, and then we'll put you into a hat, and if we get given stuff we'll send out the codes. So yeah, that is the episode 414 of the 10 minutes of nothing. We'll have a quick break and come back with the goodbyes, so back in a few seconds.
Hello, this is Peter Poppleton from the internet. I would just like to congratulate you really on reaching the 400th episode of the podcast. What the fucking hell is a podcast? If anybody tries to cast my pods like in Plaster of Paris or something like that, I will smack them right in the tit. It's what? It's like a radio. Right, I get it now. I see. It's like a radio show. 400 episodes on chuffing gaming. Chuffing hell. Look, I don't know how you've got there. Quite what you can say about chuffing Space Invaders, Pac-Man and Horace Goes Skiing, I will never know. But either way, it sounds like quite an achievement. So well done. And here's to the next 4. Let's not get, ahead of ourselves. I'm not going to say the next 400 because let's face it, gaming is, well, I don't know what I'm talking about, do I? I'm very old. Happy 400th episode.
Hi, I'm Keith Allen, and I play Murphy on Z Nation, and I listen to One Up Gaming Podcast.
So, thank you all for being here. It's been me, David, One Up Gaming. I'm just going to have a quick go through the stuff now. So go to our website, oneupgaming.co.uk. We have reviews on there. I'm trying to get 2 or 3 reviews up every few days. So go on there, see what's new. We have our Etsy store, where you can buy hats and mugs and t-shirts. And I don't know if we've got any like hoodies or not on at the moment, but whatever's on there. Our biggest seller is probably the Sega Rally t-shirt, which I've got one myself because I love Sega Rally so much. I've got... where is it? I can't move my arm that far, but I've got a Sega Rally tattoo there, as well as like all my other rubbish stuff on my arms. But yeah, go to Etsy, so just go into Etsy and search One Up Gaming. Hopefully you'll find us there. Again, like us, share us, subscribe us, leave comments, please. Let us chat, let us talk, let us work things through. It's like a relationship. I'm really bad at that. But yeah, so it's been me, David, One Up Gaming, with episode 414 of the One Up Gaming podcast. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all so much for listening. Again, subscribe, comment, like, all that great stuff. We really want to try and get numbers. The more people following, the more people subscribing, the more games we'll be able to give away. So that is that. So thank you all so much for watching. Goodbye.